Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kendra and today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. I'm actually filming this before my how to style video that's going up in a few days. It's going to be how to style a midi skirt 3 different ways, so look out for that one. But I decided while I'm getting ready I was just going to flick the camera on and show you guys what I do on a normal day of getting ready. So my face is already exfoliated, but it is not primed. Like I started my skincare earlier, so now I'm going to like moisturize and prime. The thing that I'm using for moisturizer today is actually a sample that I wanted to try out. This is the Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream by Sunday Riley. She put like a bunch of these in my bag when I got my Fenty foundation recently, and I was like, you know what, let me try it out. I know this stuff is expensive, and who knows if I would actually try it like outside of this, but so now that my skin is moisturized, I'm going to prime. I'm going to start off with the POREfessional by Benefit. This is just a little mini version, travel size of it. I really enjoy the POREfessional. I think it does what it's supposed to. It's pore filling, it's all of that. And then what I'm going to use is just kind of a priming mist is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. I love this stuff. I love the scent. It smells like oranges. If you guys have ever been to California Adventure, it literally smells how Soaring Over California smells, like that like fake orange scent. I don't know, I really like it, but if you are sensitive to scent, might be something to look out for. And yeah, so now that this is all on, this is kind of my base, and next I'm going to go in with foundation. And today I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. I actually just picked this up. You would have seen it in my miscellaneous haul. And then this is in 211 Cafe or Cream Cafe. So yeah, I put a couple drops on my face and now, or on my hand, and now I'm going to apply it. I used this with a beauty blender before, or beauty sponge. This is one just from Forever 21. It's actually one of my favorites. It's so soft. I have the beauty blender, but I use this more. I actually like the application of this much better with a brush, so I'm going to be using the e.l.f. powder brush. You don't have to use a brush for what the name says, but I like this one because it's a flat topped more dense brush. And what I'm gonna do, because Jaclyn Hill has taught me well, is going to spray my brush with some of that setting spray that I used as a primer. And then I'm going to begin buffing this into my skin. So yeah, this is kind of the base done. I could build it up more, probably around my forehead. I have a discoloration spot here, but I'm not going to. I don't want my makeup to be really heavy today. I really want to just keep it light, keep it simple, so that's what I'm going to keep it at. And then I'm going to go in kind of as an after step and use my sponge to really make sure that this is blended into the skin. Alright, so the next step that I'm going to do is cream products. I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter and I'm going to flip to the cream side. This one is the medium dark palette. They do have a lighter palette, but yeah, I'm going to take the contour shade here and just go in where I would contour, and I am going to go on top with some powder once I've like powdered and done all that, but for right now I am going to stick to this. And I just kind of take the excess that's on my finger and go under my jaw. I am going to take a beauty sponge to blend this out. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at now. It doesn't do a lot if you blend it out as much as I just did, but it does just give you that initial base for contour. And then I'm going to take the highlighter shade in this palette. This is actually like a cream highlighter. It's kind of a cream to powder actually. It turns to powder as you're like rubbing it on. I'm just gonna use my finger and kind of apply that and then use the clean side of my sponge to, again, pat that through. Perfect. Any left on my finger can go Cupid's bow down my nose. There we go. Alright, so now that I'm done with cream, I'm going to go ahead and powder. The powder that I'm going to use is the Maybelline Master Fix Setting Perfecting Loose Powder. It looks like this. This is an HD powder, I believe. I believe if you bake with it and use it in that way, like, you can get flashback. But I haven't had any problem with flashback. I don't do a lot of photography, like flash photography. The next thing that I'm going to do is go in with my Covergirl Trublend pressed powder, and this I think is meant to be like a foundation powder. You can tell I've used it a lot. I kind of use it in the color correcting sense. This is a really good color powder for me, and I kind of take it where I'm going to end up contouring like a little bit more precisely, but I take it around the perimeters of my face. It's a little more cool toned, which I think my undertones are a little bit more cool toned, and I think it really helps to neutral out my face and take away any orange that was left over from the wrong shade of foundation. Now that my face is powdered and set, I'm going to go back into the Urban Decay Shapeshifter and go to the powder side. I think this is so cool, like cream powder, like, it's cool. And I'm going to take a different brush. Oh, I didn't even tell you what the last one I used. This brush that I used to powder is a Real Techniques Bold Metals, and this is the 103 brush. I like it because it's sloped and really fluffy and dense. And to contour, I'm going to take this e.l.f. brush. It is an e.l.f. angled blush brush. Again, don't use it for what it's called, or I don't use it for what you're supposed to. And I'm going to go in with the second deepest shade here and tap off the excess, and then go in starting really near to my ear and bringing it down. And then again, I'm going to tap in just a little bit and then go onto my forehead, other side, and then up onto my forehead and my jawline. And I don't do this super precise, and I kind of really try and blend it out very quickly and seamlessly. I don't want it to look too crazy. Now that I'm done kind of contouring, I'm going to go into the light shade in this palette, and on a Real Techniques 100 brush, I'm going to put that under my eyes. So yeah, I don't often use liquid under eye concealer because this being one of my driest parts, I find that it looks so crepey and creasy under there when I do, even when I set it, even if I use the best concealer, it just doesn't generally work out for me. So I'm just going in basically with a lighter powder to get that kind of highlighted look under the eye, but not so much that I'm like, and it's all creepy. I was able to adjust the lighting a little bit, and so you were able to see kind of real lighting what my face tone is looking like, and this is more true to tone than it was before. So yeah, now that I have put the highlighter under my eyes, my next step is going to be blush. I'm going in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay. I'm going in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in Pallete. Looks like this. It looks really pink on camera. It doesn't translate like that. And then I'm also going to use the highlighter from the Shapeshifter palette. This is such a good highlighter for deeper skin tones. It has this like pinky golden tone to it. It's like a rose gold, but like, can we just, it doesn't do it justice. It looks powdery, but it's not. And I'm going to use a Real Techniques 101. This is actually a foundation brush, but I love the shape for highlighting, so that's what I'm going to do. And the next thing I'm going to do, kind of just to set my base down, and this just signals to me that I am done with my base, is going to spray myself with this same spray, the Tarte Amazonian Rainforest of the Sea spray. And I really get in there. And I'm just going to let that dry. My next step is going to be eyebrows. So I'm going to take my Anastasia brow powder in Ebony. Okay, so now my brows are done, and they're definitely cousins. Whatever. It's something we all deal with, I'm sure. The next thing I'm going to do though is get into my eyeshadow. This is just a very simple eyeshadow look that I do all the time, using the NARSissist palette. This is the Wanted palette, and yeah, it looks like this. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna first go in with the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to buff that all over my lid. Next, I'm going to go into the shade below that, which is kind of a light creamy brown tone. Yeah, and then next, the shade next to it is a little bit deeper. I'm just kind of building up all the colors, and I get a pretty generous amount. Like, I'm a tapper, and I hit a pretty generous amount in there. Next, I'm going to go with the pinky matte shade here at the top. Again, just as much product, but this one I'm going to focus kind of on the outer corner. Cosmetics shader brush, by the way. It's from their like eco brand brush roll, like the one that's kind of like eco-friendly, vegan. It's from that brush roll. And then next I'm going to go in with this shade right here, the one with the weird little dot there. Don't know what that's from, but whatever. Shade next to the one that we just used, this one here on my ring finger, and I'm going to pop that on top of the one we just put down. And then I'm going to dip my brush back into that burgundy matte shade again and work in here. We're not putting down too much more product, but we are just blending everything together so it looks seamless. Cool. The last thing I'm going to do is go in with this deep brown shade, the corner here. So yeah, I think that is the eyes done. And the last step for me on my eyes would just be to add some mascara. I'm not a huge mascara person, as I told you guys in my last video, but I'm going to apply it because obviously your face looks kind of incomplete without it. get some of it on my lid. It always happens to me. I'm just gonna take the blending brush that I've been using, wipe it off, make sure there's no product, and just kind of basically buff in. I just messed up. And it goes away pretty easily. And the last thing that I'm going to do is my lips, and then I'm done. First, I'm gonna put on some of this Glossier Rose Balm. I'm gonna go with like my go-to every day. This is the Wet n Wild, like one of their matte lip shades. This is a Wet n Wild matte lip shade in Mochalicious. It's my favorite. Look, it's kind of vampy and darker than I intended, but this is kind of one of my go-to looks, and I can't really help that it ended up like this. But yeah, my hair is a whole nother story. It needs love, Jesus, but so that is my makeup done, and my hair just needs some zhuzhing before the video. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. I do my makeup. Look out for the midi skirt 3 ways kind of how to style video. It's going to be coming at you really soon. And yeah, thanks so much. Bye.